SADD Nation. This is Carrie Ferguson, the Colorado State Coordinator for SADD. Welcome to our first Back to SADD chapter training and support webcast. This series focuses on the how-tos for SADD chapter advisors, student members and leaders, as well as those considering starting their own SADD chapters or affiliating their existing youth group with SADD. So today, we are talking registration and how to go about registering your new chapter in the SADD portal, as well as how to renew your existing chapter in the fall, so for the new year. If you have any questions or anything during our presentation, go ahead and just type them into the chat box and we'll answer them at the end. With me today is Arizona State Coordinator Michelle Klima. Hi, Michelle.
Hi.
Michelle's going to be kicking things off for us with a look at new chapter registration. So take it away, Michelle.
Perfect. Thank you, Carrie. So today I am going to just kind of do a quick walkthrough on how to register a new chapter. So this is for chapters that are just getting started and have never been registered in the portal before. The first thing that you're going to do is go to sadd.org, and you can see up in the left-hand corner it says SADD portal. You will click on that and it will take you to our SADD portal login page. So if you are registering for the first time and you're a new chapter, there's this big red button on the top that you will click, and it is for first-time chapter membership. Once you have clicked that, it's going to bring you to this new chapter request form that you're going to fill out. The one side has some basic information about your school or community group, like what state it is, what type of school or community group it is. Anything that is in red is required in order to submit this form. So you'll just fill out that basic information. And then on the other side, there is some more specific information for your chapter. So like your chapter name, and where it has student password, you will just fill in a password so that once your students have been completely registered in the portal, they can use that password to access the resources that are available in the portal. Do you have a seatbelt policy? You'll just click this and select either yes or no, and then just continue to fill out this basic chapter information. At the bottom, you can let us know how you learned about SADD. And then right here it has this information about you, the chapter advisor. So it asks whether or not you have ever registered a chapter in the portal before. If you have and you click yes, it's going to take you to this, and you will just type in your chapter ID and the password. If you have never registered a chapter in the portal before, select no, and then it asks just some basic information about you as the advisor. Once you have filled out this entire chapter request form, you will click submit. Now, I do want to make a note that if you are registering a chapter for the first time and you have never registered a chapter, it's not an existing chapter, but it's your first time registering in the portal, this is not going to be a process that you'll be able to sit down and complete in one sitting. Once you submit this request, the request goes to your state coordinator. So before you can move on to the next step of the registration process, your state coordinator will receive this request form. They will look it over and then approve or deny it. Once your request has been approved, you will get an email saying that you've been approved, and then it will also talk about some of the resources that are available in the portal. You will then get a second email with your username or chapter ID and password. Once you receive that email and your chapter has been approved, you will go back and log in using that information. The first page that's going to come up is just this page for you to look at this information. The user information, the principal information, addresses, all of this is the information that you submitted in your chapter request form. So on this page, you're going to look at this information and you are going to verify that all of that information is correct. And then at the bottom, once you've looked it all over, you will just click confirm information and then make sure all that information is correct. Once you confirm it, you are going to then again look at, make sure that all of this information, principal information, is up to date. The seatbelt policy, right here where it says at the bottom, select graduation preferences. And you will select the highest grade level for your chapter. So if your chapter is at an elementary school, middle school, if it's a high school, whatever that highest level of grade level is, you'll select that. And then when it says how to treat your graduating members, click on select how you want to, graduate them. Okay, so you want to graduate them and click confirm. Once you have all of that information complete, you will come to the student tab here. It'll bring you here automatically, and then you're going to add students. Once you add students, there are two ways for you to add students. Today I'm going to show you how to do the individual member entry. On our Back to SADD resource guide, we do have a full step-by-step tutorial with screenshots of how to use the bulk CSV upload. So if you'd rather do that, check out our resource guide and it'll walk you through that. But in order to enter and add students, you will just add all of this information for each of your students. So Carrie, I'm going to use you as one of my students for this example. You just type in all of the information that is in red. Okay, so again, anything that is red, you are just going to submit. And then once you have added all that information for your student, if you're finished with all of your students, click save and finish. If you need to add another member, save and add next member. Okay, once you have added all of your members, it's going to bring you to this page and it'll show you the list of all of your students with the information that you have added in there. You will have more than just one student, since I just have Carrie right now, but if you are finished submitting the adding all of your students, you are going to come to the students page and click select all and then submit membership. The annual membership fee for students and advisors is $5. And once that membership fee has been paid, then you'll have access to all of the resources that are available on the portal. So once you have submitted and you're ready to continue and finish this registration process, you're going to check and make sure that you have all of your students and advisors. Click confirm. And then it is going to show you that that is finished. And then again, you will have stuff that will go to your state coordinator in order for them to see what is going on with that. And then you can go to your invoice and let me see, I've got my page won't scroll down anymore. So go to this and then you can, it's going to again show you what it is. And then okay, there we go. So now I can see my invoice down here at the bottom, you can download it so that you can print it off and save it for your records. And then you can also choose if you would like to pay your invoice online using a credit card, or if you would like to send a check to the SADD National Office. So that is just kind of a quick walkthrough on how to register a brand new chapter that's never been in the portal before. If you are an existing chapter and you just need to renew your membership, Carrie is going to walk us through and show us how to do that.
Hopefully. Thanks, Michelle. All right. So taking a look at renewing our SADD chapter and our SADD membership, once you have your chapter, all you need to do is log in. And something that a lot of people get confused about when they're logging in for the first time is their username. Your username is always going to be your chapter membership number. So save these first emails from your state coordinator and whatnot so that you can refer to these, because you probably won't memorize your chapter ID number. All right, so once, sorry, what we're gonna do here is show you how to renew your SADD membership, update your current students, and graduate your students who have moved on since last graduation. So this year we would get you up and running for 2020 to 2021 school year. All right, so once you've logged in, this would be obviously for any chapter who's already registered or already has their information in the portal. This is where you would check your current information, look at your student password. If you want to change it year to year, this is where you would change it. And you can also get in and change it again later if you needed to. Your principal's name. Since I'm the state coordinator, I'm my own principal, so I put myself out, and that was another thing. If you are a chapter that is just a youth group, or maybe you're a homeschool organization or something like that, and you don't necessarily have a principal, not that homeschools don't have principals, but if you don't have a principal, just add in the person who is in charge. So if it's you, then just add yourself as the principal. Do you have a seatbelt policy? Again, yes or no. As far as I know, we don't have seatbelt policy police. So if you check no, we don't hunt you down, but you should get one if you don't have one. Check your grade levels, your cities, how you're going to graduate your students, etc. And then you will come down to the confirm button and click confirm. And this will bring you to a pop-up that asks you to graduate your members. So I'm going to hit close. And I'm going to come over here to this little red button that's saying, hey, click me. And click this to graduate my students. All right. This thing keeps getting in my way. All right, so looking at these, you can also add in a post-graduation email so that they can receive SADD updates and information after they've graduated. So that's kind of cool. And here I'm just going to click select all. And then graduation completed. And yes. This brings us up to our students tab, so I can edit our students. I'm going to click this red edit students button, and it'll bring up the screen with my current members. And we're going to do a bulk grade roll forward. Also, while you're here, you can check and make sure you have members. You can change their member status. They can be an officer, etc., student leader, so you can change all of that. I'm going to unclick one of these for a second just to show you what happens if you don't. You want to make sure that the membership course type says SADD. Once you have that information, you can also drop students. For instance, say Scott went to another school this year and he isn't in your club. I can click drop and drop him from my group. All right, so I'm going to try a bulk grade roll forward, but I can't. Oh, maybe I can. I'm going to hit confirm. Oh, it did it anyway. It was supposed to make me stop and fix this, so I'm going to fix it anyway. Maybe it does that when I say bulk edit complete. All right. Let's see here. All right, next to clicking bulk years as a member. Let me see. You can also change the bulk years as a member so that it updates those things, but I'm not seeing that button right now. And it doesn't have their years as a member on this one. Anyway, so let's go ahead and do this. Bulk edit complete. Yes. And same thing as before, you can go to this, once you've done all that, you would submit your membership. Notice how the little tabs kind of lead you to where you're supposed to go next. Submit membership. Obviously, I'd hit confirm. And then I would continue on to pay for my I just got an email saying that I have a new member. Oh. Select all and submit. Confirm. You can also add new students, just like if you have new students for this year, you would add them just as you would if you were starting your new chapter. Same thing, all the information. Any of this extra information is always helpful if you need to contact a student or so on. T-shirt sizes, if you want to get your chapter T-shirts, it's nice to have their size information available. All right. Once you have all of these folks in and ready to go, you'll go to your invoices. And sorry, go back. Hitting historical invoices, you'd select payments, and you have the, never mind. Michelle, where'd yours go? Oh, wait. There we go. It just took a minute. All right, check, make sure all the information on your invoice is correct. And then you will, our little pictures keep getting in the way of everything. You can either download it if you're going to print a check to send to SADD Nation, or download it and print it for your records to keep for your group. And same thing as with your initial chapter, you have the option to pay now or pay later or view your invoice. So if you pay now, we do have a credit card available, a credit card option available, so you can pay with a credit card. And there's also the pay later, so you can print out your receipt and then mail, regular mail, a check to the SADD National Office, so that there's a little tiny fee when you use the credit card. So if that's an issue, that's a good way to avoid that. It's only like $1 or something like that, but still, save a buck. The good thing about paying with a credit card, though, is that all of your members, you noticed how mine said all pending, they'll remain pending until I pay. So, or until my payment is received in one form or another. Until then, you have some resources available to you right away. You have your advisor resources and some of your chapter resources available, but the entire portal resources aren't available until your payment is received. So good thing about paying it by the credit card is that you get those resources right away. Otherwise, the SADD National folks will finish it for you and click that your payment has been submitted, and then they will say that they're registered. It will change from pending to registered instead. And at that point, you have complete access to the entire portal, and away you go. Let's see what else. Oh, important note, for Colorado chapters, I have some grant money, and I have told you all that I am paying for your chapters. So please, once you have entered all of your members, let me know, just in case. I should get a notification that things have happened in the portal, but just in case, let me know that you've entered members and you're ready to have those paid for, and I'll take care of that for you right away so that you can have access to the portal. So don't pay if you're in Colorado, unless you really want to, but don't need to. That about covers the chapter renewal process. Michelle, can you think of anything that I missed?
No, I don't think so. It was a little tricky for us as we were sharing our screen. Some of the information that we were trying to show you was a little hidden for us. So I'm going to show you really quick because I know a question came up when I was talking about that. If you look right here, when you're in your invoice history, it'll say view, and if you click on that little eyeball, that's going to bring up your invoice. And from there you can download it, and then you can go back, and then right here, the red button, you'll click pay invoice, and then from here, if you want to pay with a credit card, that's where you'll go ahead and do that. So hopefully that clarified that. That was just a quick walkthrough for you guys on how to either register a brand new chapter or renew your existing chapter's membership. If you have any questions about registering your chapter, reach out to your state coordinator. If you are unsure of how to get in contact with your state coordinator, you can visit sadd.org/states, and you'll click on your state and it'll have your state coordinator's information right there. And just reach out to them. We'll be more than happy to help you with any questions or anything, any troubleshooting that you might need along the way. And thank you all for joining and watching this video. We hope that you will join us again next Wednesday, the 16th at 3 p.m. Pacific time as we discuss all things recruitment for your chapter.
Hey, Michelle, I have a couple questions. Wondering if you all could answer about registration.
Okay.
One thing is for students and chapter advisors, what's the benefit of being registered on the SADD portal?
Yeah, so once you are registered in the SADD portal, you will have access to all of the SADD resources. So all of the national programs that SADD offers are located in the portal. Being a registered SADD student also allows you to participate in all of the different contests that SADD holds throughout the year with SADD and with our SADD partners that we have. So by being a registered SADD student, you have that ability to compete in those contests.
Awesome. And one more question. I know for some students that are registered, it's sometimes hard to have their teachers access and get all the information, but I know that there is a way that students can log into the portal and access all the resources themselves. How can students register and enter themselves to get the resources? And I can also
Do you want
ask
me to
and
do this
answer
one?
this one. Carrie, yeah.
So students can, but their teacher or their advisor will sign them up and register them. And once they have submitted their registration payment, then they are eligible to log in using that student password that I mentioned, that we both mentioned at the beginning. They can use that plus their chapter number ID to log in and access those resources. Did that answer your whole question?
Yeah, that did. I'll go ahead and put the URL for the student login. It's actually the same thing as the chapter login, and then you just add /members hashtag. So I'll go ahead and put that in the chat so students can register. So you just need to get your chapter ID or your student ID number from your advisor and that student password that your advisor set up. And then once you do so, you'll create your own password. That way you can access all of the resources that we have without having to go through your advisor to do so. If anyone else has any questions, feel free to put it in the chat. But like Michelle said, next week we're going to be covering all things recruitment, especially in this digital age. We have to find new ways of recruiting folks. And we have a lot of great ideas to share with y'all. So thank you, everybody.
Thank you, guys.